Alright guys and girls and everyone else, welcome back to another fantasy video. IEM Rio. It's gonna be a tricky one, I'll tell you that much up front. But first I'm gonna just show you my team from Blast. This is the one I ended up on. It went pretty good, actually at the end of day 1 or day 2, I think it was day 2 or something. I was tied for number 1, but obviously Liquid ended up losing and Vitality as well. So managed a top 4%. Pretty good, but at this stage of the season, we're gonna have to make up some points. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it here. I don't really, as I said in the last video, I don't really want to think too much about like player fatigue and things like that, but Navi, I think they're actually playing like a show match or something, like tomorrow maybe. I'm not quite sure on that, but yeah, and they're just flying to Brazil, and I don't know. I would love to pick Navi, but I think they're still gonna do well, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if they're the team to pick here. I hope or I think Liquid will beat Complexity, but as you know, that these are best of one, so anything could happen, especially in a pretty tight matchup such as this. Liquid have a pretty good history against Complexity, however. In the two last series, they completely dominated them. So let's see if that continues. Base showed some good form, but as we know, group stage phase is a different beast compared to playoffs, where they actually perform well, usually. And Mouse hasn't really showed anything. Their prices are pretty nice. Not too generous, though, but they're okay. So they could maybe be worth a gamble. I think Vitality have a really nice bracket here. I just can't look away from Vitality. I think I have to pick into them here. Just don't see any other way. Eternal Fire were really good at Pro League. And I think they should beat this new Astralis lineup. G2 obviously just won Pro League, so sorry, Blast Finals. So I think I mean obviously everyone's gonna think G2 just goes all the way to the upper finals and probably against Vitality, and who knows what happens there. So like the obvious favorites are Vitality and G2, but I'll give Eternal Fire a chance. But when I looked at their pricings, the prices weren't too like generous, so I don't really want to pick into them. Like Voxic was 210 and Xantares is 220. It's just really difficult to get a nice EF draft if you believe in them. But as we know, upper final gets one round of padding, I think. But I think there's some value in the lower brackets as well. What I was looking at is that I'm hoping that Liquid beat Complexity in a best of one. And they could even beat Navi as they have done in the past. I'm not counting on that though. But if they drop, they go down here and then they play, hopefully, against the winner of Pain and Furia. Mouse could drop here, you never know. That would be the worst case scenario, probably, unless Mouse are still in really bad form. But then they play Fury or Pain here, and then probably Complexity on this side, from this side, I would imagine, or Mouse. So I think it's a pretty good lower run, lower bracket run for Liquid, which is why I'm kind of thinking into picking into them here. Yeah, so I've looked at a lot of different drafts here. Like the pricings on Navi are just crazy. Like they're so expensive. It's so hard. Like if you want to go with the most basic team, it's like so difficult. Like this is like probably the most basic team there is. Okay, actually I have 11k left. But wait, what's going on here then? 193 you could get like a Calyx or a JKS. I mean, if you picked JKS here, it's not a horrible draft, honestly. I think this will get you at least 10 points tournament for sure. Like I don't hate it at all, but I think it's just Basically, I kind of want to go with something different at the end of the season here. I'm still, I think, like 70 points behind the leader and 35 points from the top 10, so I need to make some moves, I think. Yeah, this is just a basic lineup. Probably gonna get you a good few points. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I was playing around with some FlameZ mezii drafts, like here. And then you can pick Shuhei, and then you have mezii instead of Apex. I don't even know if that's better at this stage. He has been pretty okay recently. But yeah. I'm just gonna show you some drafts here that I had. Like this is one, just kind of a interesting one. The only bad thing is, of course, Brawlan has been very, very bad recently, as has Mouse. So I don't know about that one. Like I like the idea of picking into FaZe here. Like there's some idea behind it. But it's just you can't really go because I really want vitality players. So this is like the best combo I can get unless I go mezii instead of flames, which I really don't want to do. Then I can't go like Rain and Brokey, or I can, but then I have to get Shuhei again, and I really want to avoid Shuhei. I don't know why. I just have a feeling I really want to avoid him. Like honestly, this is not a horrible pick. I'm not gonna pick Snacks, by the way. His stats are so bad, but probably gonna come back to bite me. But yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. But so yeah, I've been playing around with a few drafts here. Flames and Navi, mezii, Shuhei, as I showed. This is my Mouse draft. Honestly, it doesn't look too bad on paper, but it all really depends on how well a Mouse play. Like this could be a banger draft. It could be, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a bit concerned about their form at the moment, and I don't know how well. I mean, if FaZe shows up as group stage FaZe, aka they don't play well, then Mouse could be a steal. Like Mouse players could be a steal. This could work out fabulously. But as I said, I kind of want to make some plays. I told you about my liquid dream, potentially beating Navi or then through the lower brackets. I kinda am looking at this lineup. Again, we have Vitality, we have Ultimate, who's the best fragger on Liquid. Granted, he had some poor performances in the last tournament, at the end at least. So you might be looking at NAF, but even if you did, from what I remember, you can't really get. You have 196k, so that leaves you at an awkward price. You can get Calyx again, who I don't like as a pick. I'm not picking VP players because they burned me so many times in the past. Cole doesn't really make sense maybe if you're picking Liquid. I mean, it could, but Halzerk at 195 is interesting, sure. But yeah. Aleksib as the fifth is obviously quite uninspiring, but they should still do pretty well, and you can bang some support roles on him and farm or bottom fragger and bait and stuff like that. So I think you can alleviate the minus. I'm a bit concerned about JKS, perhaps. Like there's a chance that he completely bombs out here, like doesn't do well, but I'm hoping for like a stable 1.1 rating maybe. Like that's what I'm aiming for here at least. Like he's not playing these calibers of teams like Vitality and Spirit. Okay, they're probably gonna play Navi if they beat, or they're gonna play Navi if they beat Complexity. But this is what I'm on currently. Honestly, I'm gonna say that I'm not set on it at the moment. But this is like my favorite pick of the bunch right now because I kind of want to go a bit different on this one. Probably a bit more normie in the playoffs stage of the fantasy, but I think I'm looking at something like this, a bit different, you know. But yeah, I'm not fully set on this. I'm gonna post my final team in the in the description box or in the comments before the tournament if you're interested. Yeah, this is what I've been thinking about here. So yeah, as usual, let me know what you think in the comments. What are your picks? Who do you like? Who do you don't like? Who do you not like? But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and good luck, guys.